In a Facebook group today, the question of sleeping separately as part of the human design experiment came up. And that's something my wife and I have been exploring for a while. I've been exploring and asking my wife to explore. And she has been begrudgingly, although she's really turned a corner. So I thought I'd just kind of talk about the experience so far. So I think it was suggested to me at least a year and a half ago that sleeping separately would be something like a useful or worthy part of the experiment. And I can honestly say for a year that was not going on. It wasn't even, didn't even feel like something we could talk about. But we do now. So really, it was about 3 months ago, I started suggesting to my wife that I sleep in a separate room. Because I don't love her, not because after 27 years, we'll be married 28 years next month. Why am I telling you that? Because we've been together a long time. And change happens all the time, and growing together is important, I think. And as part of the experiment, I'm really proud of her for playing along with me while I play into this experiment. Anyways, so I was starting to suggest that maybe we sleep separately. I got into this whole notion of an aura. So my wife is a manifesting generator, I'm a manifesting generator. And the more I dug into human design, I discovered that I'm a reflector while I sleep, which is apparently very common. Most of us are, from what I understand. But she's a generator, and that was interesting. So I started asking her about what her dreams were when she would wake up in the morning, and lately she's been telling me, and she wakes up having washed dishes for 8 hours, or she's constantly cleaning and panicking, and that makes a lot of sense now, because as we've been sleeping separately, so we've actually set up our bedroom, so we're about 10 to 12 feet apart. In a perfect world, she'd have her own house, I'd have mine, so I could set up things just the way I like mine, and she can have hers. But for now, we've split across the room. And she wakes up with these dreams that she's been washing dishes, she's been planning for a trip, and I wake up every morning, historically, wondering who there, who done that, just kind of busy in my mind. And started to realize that wasn't mine, and that was hers. So at the same time, I guess being a reflector, I'm just taking it and reflecting it, amplifying it, maybe even judging it, who knows. But needless to say, here we are now, almost a month sleeping separately, in separate beds, 10, 12 feet apart. She's been commenting on how well she's been sleeping, and I've been waking up pretty good too. Again, I think a little more distance is what we need, because that whole idea of sleeping by yourself is about getting familiar with yourself again, getting that feeling in your body, knowing what your signature feels like. So I'm a manifesting generator. My signature is satisfaction. And with an open solar plexus, I know that I'm a non-emotional, and so I just amplify and feel others' emotions, and I'm starting to realize what quiet feels like for me through plant medicine, through meditation, through yoga nidra, all the things I'm doing. That I know what that quiet feels like. I know what it feels like to just be present and there. And that's not how I feel in the morning when I wake up next to my wife. So we've been doing that for a while. So the experiment started roughly at first. Don't you love me? Don't you want to sleep next to me? My kids asking questions are you and mom okay? And I'm just, because initially I was just actually sleeping in the garage trying this experiment. And so I had to answer all those questions and deal with that kind of friction and those feelings and all that time. So it actually took a long time to kind of get to that point where it just felt okay to be let's just sleep in separate beds. And I can say now my wife is pretty much on board, even possibly prefers it. She's even excited about changing our bedroom furniture because the layout of the room doesn't work anymore. We had a king-size bed and furniture around the room. Now that we're on both ends of the room, we need to kind of change up our furniture. She's excited about shopping and buying new sheets. I'm excited because she's a 6'2" and wants to make things nice. I don't know if that's a 6'2", but definitely in her design, she's all about making things nice and warm and feeling great, and she does a beautiful job of that. She was also encroaching on my style and as well. So what we agreed is that she could make the top sheets stylistic the way she liked it, but under the sheets I've got Star Wars covers. and in the future maybe I'll have whatever else I want. So I get my little bit of rebellion there too. So I think that's all I want to talk about today is experimenting with sleeping by yourself is pretty cool. Give it a try. And people are coming. I should stop talking because this is all new and weird, right? See you. Bye.